Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my Soap and Glory makeup brand review. If you've missed part 1, I will link that below. In part 1 I talk about foundation, face primers, concealers, color correctors, what else? Oh, and their blushes, setting powders, things like that. In this video I'm going to be talking about their eyeliners, brow products, lip products, mascaras, and their eyeshadow palettes. So let's start with eyeshadow palettes. I think those are, well, everything I'm talking about today is pretty exciting, but let's start with eyeshadow palettes. So I have 3 eyeshadow palettes. I think they only have 3 available right now. The first one I want to talk about is the Perfect 10 limited edition 10 shade shadow palette. This one retails for $20 and looks like this on the inside. So 10 shades. It does have a variety of mattes and shimmers. Looks like it only has 2 mattes and the rest shimmers. I didn't realize that, but the 2 mattes that it has are really nice neutral shades that you can blend together to get the perfect crease shade to wear by themselves, and they go with these colors in this palette really nicely, which you can see is pretty warm and lots of gold pinky tones to it. I think it's a really nice selection of shades. I really love this palette. It did come with a brush, which I'm not sure where it is, but it wasn't worth anything to me. I didn't really enjoy the brush, but I really love this palette. I gotta be honest with you guys. I find myself using this a lot, especially these shimmer shades right here. They're so pretty, and the colors, they blend so nicely. They're really pigmented. This does say limited edition on it, so I don't know how long it's going to be available. I have seen this palette in my Target and Walgreens here in the United States, so that's where I would recommend that you look for it. But yeah, I like that one, and I'll come back and kind of compare them all after I give you an overview of each one. So the next one we have is the Ulta Matte collection. It says a sensational selection of ultra wearable mattes in our must-have 10 shade shadow palette. This one is actually quite a bit smaller than the Perfect 10 palette. You can see when I line them up, it's quite a bit smaller, and the shadow pans are a little bit smaller as well. So that's just that, but the palettes do all have mirrors in them, which is really nice. So this is an all matte shadow palette, and these mattes are really gorgeous. They swatch beautifully, they wear beautifully, they blend really nicely. They're very soft. They don't have a ton of kick up, but they do have a bit of kick up. They are, like I said, very soft. So if you're not comfortable with soft shadows, you might not like this. It's gonna take a pretty light hand to blend, and it's gonna take a lot of blending work, but they're not impossible to blend or anything like that. I do feel like they are on the softer side, especially for drugstore eyeshadows. A lot of times drugstore shadows are more dry and powdery, or dry and hard, and you don't get a lot at once on your brush, and I think these are the exception to that. So I really personally love them. Like I said, they're really soft and creamy, and they blend beautifully. I like the quality of the shadows. I'm not crazy about the color selection in this palette. It's kind of almost a little bit too neutral, too bland for me. I feel like some of the shades are too similar. I am wearing a bunch of these shadows on my eyes today. I wanted kind of a neutral, simple look, and I do like how it turned out. I am very happy with the look. So I like this palette. I like that they have the lighter shades and the black in there, and a lot of, in between neutrals, a blue, which is really fun. I put on my lower lash line, stuff like that. But I wish they had a couple more warmer, like reddish orange shades, or even like a camel colored crease base shade. I always liked one of those in my matte palettes, but it is what it is, and it's not a bad palette. I definitely like this one as well. The last palette I'm going to talk about is Kick Into Neutral. This is a must-have collection of super natural colors in our totally eye-amazing 10 shade shadow palette. This is my least favorite eyeshadow palette of all of them. Just being honest, I was kind of appalled at how bad the shimmers were in this palette compared to the shimmers in the Perfect 10 palette. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know, and they swatch okay, but even like some of them, I don't know, if you can't really tell. Put this darker shade in my crease today, and it just would not blend out. It was like making weird streaks, and it just wasn't working. And I tried a couple of the other shades. The only shade that I did end up liking is Pink a Little. This kind of warmer pink shade is what I have all over my lid, but you can even see a little bit of the streakiness there. Like, it was just really hard to work with, and there's only one matte shade in here, so this is really almost like a shimmer palette. I mean, it's not going to be a one-stop palette if this is the only matte shade. Like, you can't do everything with this palette with just one matte shade. At least I can. I mean, I'm sure you could, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just not practical for every day. So yeah, this is my least favorite. I would not recommend this one. I would definitely recommend the Perfect 10 palette. And then if you think the shades in the Ulta Matte palette are shades that you gravitate towards and you wear every day, then I definitely recommend this one too, because I do think they are a good deal and very good quality shadows in this palette and the Perfect 10. But honestly, the Perfect 10 is going to be one of my like all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. And all of these palettes, they each retail for $20. And like I mentioned in part one, it's nice that this is a drugstore brand because any coupons that you have that apply to Target, like the Target Red Card or your Walgreens points, you can use on this makeup, which is really nice. Okay, for eyeliner, we have 4 different eyeliner products. 3 of them are felt-tipped eyeliners. They are all called the SuperCat liners. We have the SuperCat Skinny, the regular SuperCat, and the SuperCat Fat. The regular SuperCat retails for $10, the Skinny and the Fat retail for $12. These are some awesome eyeliners. I haven't actually used the SuperCat Fat on my eyes yet because I feel like when I do, it's gonna be a very graphic, bold eyeliner look, and I wanna like be in the right mood for that, you know what I mean? But you can just tell by the tip that it's gonna be like, it's designed to be a graphic type of a thing. It's not designed to create like a nice little wing or a nice little line. It's supposed to be graphic, so only buy that if that's what you're into. But the other 2 are really nice for every day. I am wearing these on my eyes today. The SuperCat Skinny has to be one of my all-time favorite felt-tipped eyeliners of all time ever. I love this eyeliner. This is going to be one of my favorite Soap & Glory products too. Again, this retails for $12, so it's a little more expensive for a drugstore product, but when you consider it versus high-end ones that cost upwards of $20, $25, $30, this is a really good deal. And I have used this. This is one of the first products that I got from Soap & Glory, so I've had this for months, and I've been using this for months, and it hasn't dried out yet on me. It still makes a really nice, sharp line, and I'm just so happy with it. I really, really love it. I love how fine it is. So it's the SuperCat Skinny, so it's got the extra fine tip, and it really just gets in there all the way into the center of my eye, all the way out. I can make a perfect like wing, kind of like, not super wing like I have today, you know, just like a little mini flip. Whatever you want to do, you can do with it. Then I also use the regular SuperCat just to kind of see, and that, I mean, it's not as fine, so I don't use that as on the inner part, but I use that on the outer part and to make the wing, and it works really well also. So these are definitely A+s. Then they also have this Smoulder Kohl waterproof eyeliner. This is what I'm wearing in my waterline today. This is just your Kohl pencil eyeliner, and I love it in the waterline. I'm so happy that I found another drugstore liner that works in the waterline because for some reason I couldn't find one for the longest time. And this cap has a sharpener on it, which is pretty nice. So I like that a lot. This is just a really pigmented, really smooth and creamy, super black eyeliner, and I love it. Okay, let's talk about mascara. We have 3 mascaras from them. The first one is the Thick and Fast Super Volume Mascara. It comes in the black tube. It has a really thick wand. The brush is really thick. I think the thickest of all of them, and it's my least favorite. It's not terrible, but I find it to be not very volumizing, not very thickening, and it's just, I think mostly because of the brush, I just don't like it that much. I don't feel like I can get it to work on my lashes that much. So that's my least favorite. My next least favorite, I guess, is the Thick and Fast Flash Extensions Effect Mascara in this sort of gunmetal silver tube here. This one retails for $14, and this has a smaller wand. This wand is symmetrical as well, and it is smaller, like I said. I don't mind this one. The formula is a little bit wetter on this one, and I think that's what's supposed to make it more lengthening, but it's just, it's kind of in the middle for me. Like I like it, and I'll probably use this up, but I don't feel like it's super wow for a mascara for me. The one that I do like a lot is the Thick and Fast High Definition Collagen Coat Mascara in this gold tube. This one is $14 as well. And this one has a really interesting wand. It is not symmetrical. It's kind of got different shaped grooves in it, if you can see. I'm not sure how to hold it so you can see, but basically when I look at it like this way, I can see that there's like a line here and groove, and then it's like flatter up here and rounder. It's all different kinds of crazy shapes, which I actually really like for getting in my lashes and coating all of my lashes and separating all of my lashes. So it separates them, and this is what I'm wearing today. It separates them and it coats them each fully and makes them look as natural yet thick and volumized as possible. So it's not going to be as volumizing as, say, the Too Faced Better Than Sex. That one is on the clumpy side. This one, I feel like because of the design of the wand, you can avoid getting clumpy, but you can still really, really coat those lashes, and I really love this mascara. I was also wearing that mascara on my lower lash line, which I think it works really well for that as well, so that's just a win for me for sure. Okay, now let's talk about brow products. They have a ton of brow products. I have 5 of them. I'm pretty sure they have several more in stores and on their website, but I could only handle 5, and it took me a while to even get through these. So first we have the Archery 2-in-1 Brow Sculpting and Setting. So I believe this retails for $14. I did purchase this in the store, and on the website it looks like they have changed this product. So it's got this similar part here, but then they've changed the bottom part to make it different. I'm not sure how, but I just noticed that it wasn't the exact same on the website, so I don't know if this is discontinued or not, but I'll just mostly talk about this part. So this is like the brow sort of pencil, I guess. It's in this interesting shape, which I like it. I like this product quite a bit. I find that it is nice and convenient for filling in the brows. It's a little bit light on me, but I like it for especially the center here where I like to be a little bit lighter. I feel like that's how my brows naturally are, so I prefer it to be a little bit lighter here and then get darker as I go. It is a very hard formula. It's not super, you can't even hardly see it. It's not super creamy, but I think that's intentional. And then once you really get in there, yeah, so you can see it's really light. It's really not hard, but like I said, I do enjoy it on this inner part here. Will I repurchase it? Probably not. And then on the end here is a clear brow gel, which is pretty cool, and I do enjoy that clear brow gel pretty much. I'm not that picky about clear brow gels, honestly, but this one is fine. Next we have the Archery Brow Almighty Power Glide Crayon. So as the title implies, it is in crayon form, and this one, does it twist up? It does. It does twist up. So this is strange. I mean, you look at this crayon, it's a pretty big crayon for your brows, and I find that it's too big to just go like this with. I mean, the point of filling in your brows is to like get them a defined shape, and that's really hard with a big chunky crayon like this. So what I have been doing is taking my Anastasia eyebrow brush, dipping it in the crayon, and then painting it on my brows, and I actually really like the way that that looks. Now you can see that this formula is a lot creamier, a lot smoother than that other one, and it blends out a lot better. So I prefer this one. I almost would prefer it if it was in like a pot form rather than in a pencil form, but you know, I can make it work. This one retails for $12. Next we have the Archery Brow Putty Dip Pot and Brush. So this is a very interesting one. So this has a brush on one end, which I can tell you right now, I don't like this brush. It's not very shapely. I don't know if, I mean, it's possible that I got a dud, but I feel like they just didn't make a very good brush on this end. It's too thick. If you're gonna have an eyebrow brush, it needs to be super thin and precise, and this one is just not quite there. I like the concept though. And then the pot is on the other side here where you twist off, and right in there is your brow product. So I love the concept of this. I just don't like the way that it actually works. But I'll show you a swatch here. So dip the brush in, and then, so there's that. Not very pigmented, not super creamy. I worry that it's probably gonna dry out pretty fast too, but I mean, I don't know, that is what you have. The shade that I have is brown and out. I think I got the darkest shade in all of these that I could find because my eyebrows are very, very dark. So that's that. Next, we have the Archery Volu-Boost Brow Fiber Gel. So this is a little brow gel that is tinted and has fibers in it. And I gotta tell you guys, I love this product. This one is a hit for me. It's got a nice little brush so you can really get in there precisely with it. And something about this formula, is really cool and I really like it. It's very liquidy, but in a good way. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a really nice formula, and for my brows, it works really well for filling in the sparse areas. I tend to have kind of sparse areas here in my brows, and if you guys want to see like a brow tutorial or something, let me know, or I might just include this in a full face Soap and Glory makeup tutorial or something like that to show you these in action. But this video would be way too long if I did that. But I really like this. I especially like it for like the tail end of the brows. I feel like it's a little bit too thick for up here. I don't like this to be too thick, but I like it for the tail end here to really thicken that up and fill it out. So this is definitely one of my favorites. Last, we have the Arc de Triomphe Brow Shaper and Highlighter that retails for $9. This is just a double-ended pencil with your brow shaper on this end and the highlighter on this end. I like this one too. This the pencil, again, it's kind of light and faint. It's not really something that I use a ton, but when I was using it again in here to fill that area in. And then the highlighter is also really nice. I like this a lot for highlighting all around the brow area. It's a lot more pigmented and just a lot more noticeable and useful. You know, I think this is a really useful product. I almost feel like they should just sell the highlighter one on its own, because that is probably what I'm going to use the most. You can use this for highlighting the brow bone area right here, or I guess all around the brows if you really wanted to brighten that up. And then also the waterline of your lower lash line, you can use it to brighten your eyes up. So that's just a little tip. I don't know that I'll repurchase this because Wet n Wild makes one that is cheaper, that is just the pink, and this pink side is just the one that I would use. I'm not probably going to use this one. So that is what it is, but there is that. So that's all the brow products. Now let's move on to lip products. So their lip product line is called Sexy Mother Pucker. That is what they call all of their lip products, and they have quite a variety of different things. So let's get into it. Let's start with this one. This is the Sexy Mother Pucker Matte Lip 3D Color and Sculpt. So this is like a little stick. It retails for $6, one of the cheaper products. This is what the stick looks like, really cute, and it's twist up, of course. This is in the shade Choco Berry. I like that. And there's that. So this is, again, a matte product. Really pretty berry color, really thick and nice for a $6 little lip product. This is really nice. They call it Color and Sculpt. I'm not sure why they have the sculpt in there, if it's just the shape is supposed to, you're supposed to be able to kind of get in there easier or whatever, but that is what this is. I would personally wear this with a lip liner, but it's a really pretty color and I really enjoy this one. $6 is on the cheaper end for this brand, so it's definitely worth trying. Then we have this Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss Stick 3D Volume Lip and Shine, also $6. This is the same design, only it is glossy rather than matte, and the one I have is very nude, so you can't really see it on my skin tone. But that is what it looks like, and I like the matte one better, just personally. You guys let me know what you think. The matte ones, I'd probably purchase more of those because they're really pretty. The glossy ones, I don't feel like are that useful. They do have actual glosses that I'll get to in a minute that are much better, but you know, if you think this is your cup of tea, then definitely go for it. So that's that one, and the shade I have is Nudist. I have this gloss. It just says Sexy Mother Pucker. I'm not sure of the title, and I'm not sure of the price. I'll insert it here on the screen and in the description box. This is in the shade Plum Sup, and I really like this for like natural, like keeping in my purse type of thing. That's why I didn't write the price down, because it was in my purse for a while. But I really like it. It does have a plumping effect, so it has that sort of tingly plumping effect, kind of like the Buxom glosses. It's not super intense, but you definitely feel it. So if you don't like any plumping feeling, you won't like this. It has a little bit of a tint to it, and so with the tint and the shine, it has like teeny tiny sparkles, but you can't even hardly see them. Some glosses that have sparkles, like once it fades away, you're left with like glitter on your lips. This does not do that, which is great. But with the tint, the sparkle, and the plumping effect, this creates a really nice natural look on the lips. So that's why I keep this in my purse. If I forget to have a lip product on hand or whatever, I just want something really simple that I can apply without even a mirror or anything like that and know that it's going to look decent. This is that product. Then we have the Pillow Plump Double XL. This is a lip gloss in the shade Clairvoyant. So basically this is clear, and this is, I think, kind of like that other one, only even more plumping. I would say this is a lot more intense. It says this lip gloss will almost immediately plump, buzz, tingle, and zing. So there you have it. Again, if you don't like it, if you don't like that feeling, don't buy this. I'm not even going to bother swatching it because it's clear, and there's no sparkle in this or anything like that. This is nice for, again, keeping in your purse if you want that extra full lips, but a lot of times I like to use these before, like when I'm doing my makeup, before I'm going to apply other products, just to give my lips a little bit of plumping before I put on my lipstick or whatever, you know, whatever, what have you, that kind of a thing. This one retails for $14. I just found it. This one retails for $10. Lastly, we have their traditional lipsticks, and they have 3 different lines of their lipsticks. They have the nudes, the pinks, and the reds. I have 2 from the nudes, 1 from the pinks, and 1 from the reds. And each of these retails for $12. They also all have different finishes, so I tried to get a variety of the finishes as well to demonstrate for you guys. So the first one I'm going to swatch is called Barely Pinking, and this is the Shine finish. So that's pretty sheer. You can see it kind of does build up a little bit there. Next one we have is Cinnamon Beige. And this is in the matte finish. Pommy Girl also in the matte finish. Ooh, so pretty. Then we have the one I'm wearing today, which is called Tom and Cherry, and this is in the satin finish. It's got a little bit of shine there, as you can see. So we have 3 different finishes: shine finish, matte finish, and satin finish. I mean, you let me know what you think your favorite is. I really like the matte finish just because I like matte and I feel like it's the most opaque, pigmented of all of them, but I also really like the satin finish that I'm wearing right now. I think the shine is really only if you want more of a sheer look. But yeah, that's just my take on these. I think these are really nice lipsticks. For $12, I think you can get cheaper at the drugstore, just being honest. But a lot of the cheaper ones are going to pull on your lips a little bit more. They're going to be more drying. These ones feel really nice, feel really comfortable, and they have an amazing color selection. So I definitely would recommend trying these, although I do think that these little sticks for $6 are what I would recommend first that you try, and if you like these, then maybe get a couple of these too. But yeah, I think they have really nice lip products. So overall, I am so impressed with Soap & Glory makeup. I am so glad that I tried this brand. I feel like it's a brand that I normally wouldn't try because it is on the more expensive side, but I'm really glad that I tried it because I definitely found some gems. I hope that you guys enjoyed these videos and maybe you found some gems that you're gonna try yourself and get some new favorites. Let me know if there are any products that I didn't mention that are your favorites, or even if I did, let me know what your favorite Soap & Glory makeup is, and let me know what brand you would like me to do a brand review of next. I do have a few brands lined up to do, and I just really love reviewing these brands because it's fun. A lot of YouTube is just reviewing brand new products that come out, brand new launches, limited edition collections, stuff like that, and I love doing that. I do, but at the same time, everybody does that, and I want to do something that maybe can be helpful to you that everybody's not doing. So I want to do brand reviews of brands that maybe aren't as widely done around here, and I love trying brand new makeup products and kind of forming my own opinions on them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this too. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you check out my back to school giveaway that I have going on right now, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any more of these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!